Hi, and welcome to the practice. We'll be doing Vinyasa flow sequence today. Really focusing on some standing twists. It'll take a lot of balance, but hopefully we're ready for that. Just mentally prepared. Yeah. So if you want to begin seated any way you like, in the back of the mat, we'll begin there, focusing our attention inward. So you could close the eyes, potentially practice a drishti gaze, which is focusing your attention on a point that's in front of you, almost looking just past your nose. It's that gaze that is used a lot of times in balancing postures, uh, challenging the balance, rather than looking down at the ground. The next stage would be to practice that drishti gaze instead of looking up towards the ceiling. So you could do whatever you like there. As we bring our attention towards the breath, begin to expand the inhales more deeply. Extend the exhales. As we do this, let's intentionally shorten the inhales and extend the exhales. As we practice that, a lot of the oxygen within our blood cells begin to become released as our intake of oxygen becomes slightly less full. It's a good way to cleanse the blood and then renew it with new oxygen. Let's take one more big inhale, reaching the hands up high. Let's bend over to our left side, reaching that right arm overhead. Switching sides, right hand comes down, left hand reaches overhead. Coming back to center, let's create a little micro twist in the spine, just shaking out the upper body. Now let's fold forward, coming into tabletop pose. If your legs were crossed, you could potentially shake them out here. Stretch one leg out and then the other. Here, let's shoulder blades down the back, broaden the shoulders from the ears. We're going to lift the thumbs off the mat. Fingers are close together, pointing towards the front of the mat. And then we're going to, with arms straight, we're going to lift the palm up off the mat, pressing the fingertips down. Holding at the top, then releasing. Coming back up, hold at the top. Release down. Coming back up, hold at the top. Releasing down. Let's point the fingers to face behind us. Sit back, open up the forearms, open up the shoulders. Maybe practicing that drishti gaze. Fingertips pointing to the outsides of the mat. We're going to rock gently side to side, pressing into those fingertips to bounce us back and forth. Gently warming up the wrists. We're going to enter into a pretty soft, gentle vinyasa flow just to get the blood going. Stretch out the limbs, then we'll go into some deeper holds. Yeah. Fingertips are going to point towards the front of the mat. Come back into top. Left leg reaches out behind us. Stretch it long. Right arm out in front. Lift the left leg off the mat. Stretch it long. Then switch sides. Hand and knee down. Right leg goes back. Left hand forward. Stretch it long. Switching sides. Left leg out. Right arm forward. And they come down. Right leg out. Left arm forward. And they come down. Left leg out. Really stretch through that heel. Reach through that right arm. And switching sides. Right leg stretching long. Reaching through that left hand. And then we bring them down. Sit back onto the heels. Come into a child's pose. Just briefly reaching forward with the hands. Let's come back up into tabletop. Lift the knees, stretch the feet back behind us. We find ourselves in a plank pose. Find the strength in the arms. Tuck the pelvis. Flex the core, broaden the shoulders. Neck's long, head is long. Heels are out. We're lifting from the thighs. Let's lower down to the bottom of the mat. Coming into cobra pose, we untuck the toes, reach through the spine, gently gaze forward, elbows curl in, shoulders broaden. Glutes are active, legs are active, pressing into the tops of the feet. Let's lower down slightly with the chest, reach our right arm out, and let's curl over onto that right shoulder. Left leg comes up and over. We plant that left foot behind us. Just a gentle twist to start the practice. It's finally snowing here again. A huge snowflake's coming down. Alright, coming out of that twist. Right arm plants to the side, left hand comes out. We're going to twist over left side, planting that right foot down behind us. It's been such a weird winter here. It was almost 50 degrees last week, and now we got snow piling up. Definitely not usual. Coming out of that twist, let's come back into cobra pose, stretch long through the body. Coming up into upward facing dog if your body is suited to do so. Really active through those thighs, lift high, long line through the spine. Drop the knees, coming back into child's pose. Take 2 breaths here, maybe rocking your body side to side, just loosening up the upper body, the shoulders and the spine, the hip joints as well. One more breath. Alright, let's come back into tabletop, legs go out, find ourselves in a plank pose. Nice and long. And we lift the hips high, coming into downward facing dog. Do what you need, move as you like. Good, swing the hips side to side. Roll forward and back through the spine. Maybe just lifting the heels and then bringing them down towards the mat. in. Now let's gently walk our feet towards the front of the mat, coming into a flat back on the inhale. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. Gentle fold forward. Let's actually hold this here. So we're going to cross the hands on top of the elbows. Allow them to weigh you down further. The hamstrings might be fairly tight to start this practice very early. Remember, we're lifting up at the hips and letting the spine and waterfall down. Relax the head and neck, and maybe twist side to side gently. Let's plant the hands coming into flat back. Then bend the knees, pressing through the feet, coming into standing pose, mountain pose, reaching high. Exhale, palms to heart center. Reach back up to the sky. On the inhale and exhale, we fold forward over the legs. We step one leg back and then the other. Find ourselves in a plank pose. You can do a chaturanga or come back with me into a downward facing dog. Let's hold for a couple breaths. And walk the feet forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, press through the feet, reach up to the sky. Exhale, palms to heart center. Let's reach the right foot off the mat. Bring the knee up. Left hand to right knee. Open up with the right hand. We're strong through that left leg out of the crown of the head. Practice drishti gaze or potentially looking back past that right hand. Long line through the leg and out of the spine. Release the twist, drop the right leg down, reach high with the hands. Then exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, we're going to bring the right foot back only, coming into low lunge. Right knee drops down, we reach high with the hands. Exhale, palms to heart center. Stretch long and tall through the spine. And we're going to fold forward. Right elbow hooks to the outside of the left knee, coming into a twisted lunge. Find that long line through the spine. Then we're going to lift that right knee up off the mat. Left foot is planted strong. Maybe deep with a twist, potentially looking up towards the sky. I'm going to come out of the twist, we're reaching high to the sky and into crescent pose. Take another breath here. Then exhale, we plant the hands, frame that left foot goes back. Chaturanga. Come into upward facing or cobra pose. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here before we do that similar flow on the other side. Now that you know what we're doing, potentially challenge the balance and practice that drishti gaze. Focusing your attention more inward rather than externally looking out, helping you balance. Let's walk the feet towards the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Press into the feet, bend the knees, reach to the sky. Hands to heart center on the exhale. Pressing through that right leg, left knee comes up, right hand to the left knee. Reach tall and long through the spine. And then begin to twist deeply. If you really want to challenge the balance, you can begin to close the eyes. Coming out of the twist, left leg steps back. Lower that left knee down, coming into low lunge. Reach the hands high. Exhale, we're going to hook that left elbow on the outside of that right knee. Lengthen through the spine. Press into the palms of the hands, deepen that twist. Then begin to look up towards the sky. If you want to take it further, join me by lifting that left knee up off the mat, stretching through that left leg. Remember to activate that left quad, really lifting higher. If the right hip tends to fall out towards your right side, maybe bring it back into alignment with your left hip. Lifting that left hip a little bit higher. Coming out of that twist, we find ourselves in a crescent lunge. Take a big inhale there. Let it go. On the exhale, we frame our right foot. Right foot goes back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Remember to activate the glutes, protect the lower spine. Downward facing on the exhale. It's a good solid flow. So now, got a good balance going there. We're going to now step it up, move at a similar slow pace. However, the balancing is going to be a little bit more challenging. So feel free to make modifications. As needed. Let's walk the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, reach the sky. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, lift the right knee up off the mat. You can now reach down and grab the toe, or potentially stay with that knee bent, and twist open to the right side. Reaching long through the spine, strong through that left leg. Releasing the foot, bending that knee. We're going to step that right foot back, coming into crescent pose. Drop the right heel down towards the mat, warrior one. Scoot that right heel closer, maybe like 4 inches. And then we're going to straighten out through that left leg. So stretch long to the spine. Then we're going to fold forward over that left leg. Straighten through the spine first. Then plant that right hand either on the right side of the foot, on top of the foot, or the outside of that left foot. coming into twisted triangle. Now you can remain here or join me in the next challenge. To make that challenge a little easier, you can bring that left hand down towards your right hip. We're going to begin to press our weight into the left foot, lifting the right foot up off the mat. Find ourselves in twisted half moon. Left hand comes down. Keep that right leg high. Standing splits. Now let's bring the right foot to meet the left foot. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Good job. This is challenging on the balance side of things. Could be hard to get those deep twists. Let's inhale, press into the feet, reach to the sky. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Stepping back, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, downward facing dog. Alright, good work. Now we're going to repeat that on the other side, those standing poses. Then we're going to wind down to finish the practice. So maintain inner focus, inner balance. Remember that you are stronger than you think you are. Let's walk the feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, press through the feet. Inhale, reach the sky. Exhale, palms to heart center. Let's take a breath, mentally preparing for the other side. On the exhale, lift that left knee up. Now you can keep the knee bent. We'll grab that left foot with the right hand, stretching through that left leg, then reaching back. Long line through the spine. You don't want any bending around. This is more of a balancing pose, strengthening pose. A hamstring stretch as well as a twist. No forward bends though. No side bends. We don't need any of that going on here. Alright, coming out of the twist, left foot comes behind us. We find ourselves in crescent pose. Maybe finding that drishti gaze, these easier positions. Just practicing it before moving on. Left heel drops to the mat, coming into warrior one. We're going to scoot that left foot a little bit closer, 4 or 5 inches, straighten through that right leg. Reach high and tall, and then fold from the inner hip crease. Spine stays long. We find ourselves in a flat back to begin. And then fold forward. triangle pose. You could always adjust that left foot if need be. And then let's straighten through the spine. Plant that left hand wherever you did on the other side. And let's reach that right hand nice and tall. Lifting that right hip crease up towards the sky. Same sort of feeling as if we were in the downward facing dog. Right foot is fully planted. We're strong through the sole of the foot, the toes, the heel. Now if you want to join me, you can bring that right hand towards the left hip. Begin to bend the right knee, pushing our weight upon that right foot, lifting left leg up, maybe reaching the right arm towards the sky, coming into twisted half moon, Parvrita, Ardha, Chandrasana. Almost there. Right hand can come down. Left foot meets the right foot. Good work. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold it out. Bend the knees, press through the feet. Reach high to the sky. Exhale, palms to heart center. Let's take a moment here just to feel the body. Observe what we just went through. This could be very challenging postures. Very humbling at times to figure out how it feels to be in them. So just recall to mind that we are where we need to be. The lesson that we are learning is designed specifically for us. So there's no need to compare. Let's reach high to the sky on the inhale. Exhale, hips are going to come down towards the mat, so we're sitting down. As the hips land, bring the heels close into the glutes. Broaden the shoulders. Let's bring our hands underneath our thighs and lift our heels off the mat. Straighten out through. We want our shins ideally parallel to the mat. Straighten out through the spine, broaden the shoulders. You can bring the hands out in front of you. If you want to go further, extend the legs. Holding for a few moments. Alright, let's lower the heels, touch them on the mat, point the fingertips to face the front of the mat. We're going to press into the feet, lift the hips off the mat, broaden the shoulders, reach through the spine, lift the pelvis, flex the glutes, lifting high through the quads. Press into the palms of the hands. Still strong in the neck, we're not allowing our head to fall back. And then let's drop the hips down. Maybe drop the knees to one side. Then bring them over to the other, creating a gentle twist. Let's do that a couple more times, just window wiping. windshield wiping those legs side to side. Windshield. Alright, sleep. Let's bring our hips back in between our hands, stretch through those hamstrings, nice long spine. Let's do one more forward fold. Grab the knees, the shins, the feet. We're not bending through the spine, we're stretching through the spine. We bend through the hips. Come out of that pose. Now let's lay upon our backs to finish the practice. Corpse pose. If you'd like, you could maybe even open the eyes here. And practice a Drishti gaze. It's almost as if you're seeing just the tip of your nose. You're not focusing on the tip, but you're gazing past it. So if there was an object there, or if you feel comfortable, you can just close the eyes. Notice that life tends to bring challenges. A lot of challenges around us have opened doors. And we can get so caught up in our way of living, routines, that the challenge can become easily ignored. Even though the door is open, we sometimes neglect it, not realizing it's there because it's not necessarily something that we desire. But a challenge offers very much, such as growth of character, development of a skill, maybe a change of perspective. So perhaps maybe in life it is good to consider challenges that are around us. Maybe deciding to take one on could actually lead to more life than we know. Let's bring the heels in, close to the glutes. Roll over to one side or the other. We press ourselves up to a final seat. This is a fairly difficult practice. Slow flow, but the postures were challenging nonetheless. I hope you did well. I wish you grace and peace of mind. And if there is a challenge that will benefit you, I pray that you'll see it. You'll choose to walk in it. Namaste.